What's good, everybody? This is the episode of episodes, right? And what does that mean? This is the episode of motherfuckers having episodes in the back chat, right? So, this is my disclaimer here. This is the past. This is not our present, nor is it our future, right? So you will only hear about the DMG debacle on Saturdays with receipts and screenshots and everything else to tell the story and clear our name from the BS he keeps trying to put on it because he lacks self-control, integrity, accountability, and manhood. Right? I did think like when this happened that I would have to fight for my debaters because they did nothing wrong, but they didn't care and they didn't even want to continue with that platform. So it was unnecessary for me to care about them debating on it. I am just addressing the slander, right? So, like, I'm so mad at my computer because it just does not want to turn my little camera on so I can greet you motherfuckers. But anyway, um, we're talking about this because DMG himself, not everybody at Paradigm Shift, not, you know what I'm saying, I'm not putting this on anybody. It's him himself. DMG himself has a problem, right? And his biggest problem that we have was him inserting himself in something that had nothing to do with him. And despite everybody involved telling him that this has nothing to do with you, right? He continues to try to make it about him, right? To the point that he felt like, hey, if I kick them out, then it'll be about me. Like they'll be mad at me and they'll do all this. And actually, like we don't care. Like this is something that you always do. This is something that we're used to. This is something that you always do, and then you try to renege on, but we're not allowing the reneging. We're not allowing you to go back on anything that you were saying at this point. So we're not going to allow for that to happen. So you can't renege, right? You can't go back on it. You can't do anything at all except accept what you did, what you said, right? So here is one of my things for today. Did you hear about that story that's going to be told later on the Bar Reloaded about the nigga that's slandering them? Come watch. Okay, so you see these all over the place. You're like, what's happening? This is it. This is the story of DMG, the narrative builder, the Christopher Columbus, who likes to steal ideas, steal stuff, do stuff, and then turn around and try to slander people and create narratives. Okay, so this is the first show. So this is not personal for us, it's personal for him. Right? The bar has been dealing with bullshit from this channel for over a year. He had an agent by the name of Hemi who was in the bar, who was there to try to say that DMG wasn't doing all the stuff that DMG was doing. And if he keep it real, which I doubt that he would though, you would know that from jump. I've been saying DMG is full of shit. His word doesn't mean anything. Nothing he says mean anything. You know what I'm saying? He's all about an agenda and narratives, and he thinks that like a war or something will bring him views. It will bring something like that. And like nobody wants to go to war with you because nobody wants to deal with you. So what I'm dealing with is the stuff that you keep lying about on us. So let's talk about this statement. Oh, can you guys see that statement? Should I make it bigger? I'll read it though. This is a statement he put out, right? Oh, I'll just read it. Fuck it. I was gonna tell y'all why he put it out, but first let's read it since it's here. The official statement from the Versus Series Debate League, effective immediately with the sole exceptions of Pandemons, which of course is just him trying to create division, but we don't care about that. So the Versus Series is no longer in business or partnership with the members of the bar, which when was that ever happening? Or the barbarians. I feel like this is key to show you right here that this is the bar / the barbarians. He's making a distinction because later on he said he didn't know that there was one. Or any related or affiliated groups, terms, or teams. The decision follows recent interactions and information that revealed intentions and behaviors from certain individuals because for whatever reason, I don't know what they were doing behind the scenes, but he thought that I was going to pull my debaters for no reason. Like, You know what I'm saying? So that means that you were plotting, you were planning, you were doing something behind the scenes. And you thought that I knew about it and was going to try to pull my debaters, but I had no clue. And I thought that that the place was fine. So that was kind of weird that he said that. But anyway, from that faction that would continue to be detrimental to the integrity, reputation, and long-term health of the Versus Series brand. Now that's kind of crazy because this whole thing is about the fact that he couldn't control himself in his mouth and his emotions. And so I don't know what that had to do with the Versus Series because the person he got into it with has nothing to do with the Versus Series. As a matter of fact, she doesn't even like him or his platform, and he knows that. So, to talk about the Versus series is kind of crazy because she's not involved with the Versus series. So and then it says our mission is to cultivate an environment built on professionalism. That's a lie. Respect, lie. Transparency, big lie. And competitive excellence, huge lie. I don't understand how you ever could say transparency when you sub people every time you go live. Every single time. Like, I don't think there's a live that you've been on that has been strictly about your channel and the people on it. You go live to talk about yourself and sub people who make you emotionally unstable, right? So to say anything about transparency, respect, or professionalism is really fucking crazy, right? So then he says any association that compromises these values cannot be maintained. There's not a show, and I'm just gonna go back to there is not a show you can go over there and watch that he's not getting on there subbing people, trying to down somebody else, trying to it's either all about him or all about his feelings about somebody else, right? But what it's never about, they did a whole show about Lucifer, supposedly Lucifer, and the whole time he was asking him questions about A1. It was just crazy. So like if you're gonna do a show about your champion, it should 100% be about your champion, your platform, and what your platform is doing for your champion, and even your champion's platform, right? Do y'all even know about Pan's platform? Do y'all even know about Joshua's platform? Have you ever heard about it? No, you couldn't have heard about it from them because they ain't gonna do nothing but talk about themselves and their own agendas. So anyway, we wish all parties the best in their future endeavors, is what he claimed. But this is another reason why I'm telling you that we wish all parties the best in their endeavors, but the Verse Series will move forward and maintain committed to elevation the platform, the culture, and the community we serve. You see how I keep saying that he's full of shit? I am reading this right here, and I'm going to continue to read it throughout these episodes so that people can see how full of shit he actually is. Because somebody said something about he did a show yesterday, right? Now, mind you, we haven't been doing no shows about this. The reason why is because I have the evidence. I don't have any reason to be defensive. I have no reason to be upset. Nobody wanted to be over there. So that's why we haven't been like going live and going off on these people or saying anything. I don't have to. Like, we were already on Titans. We joined Psychopathia. Like, we don't have to be over there, and we didn't want to be. My debaters didn't want to be there anymore, so it didn't matter, right? That he made this statement. But when I'm reading this, right, I just want you to see how many times he's going to lie after this and through shows and through everything else. Because just yesterday he started talking about people being dead to him and all of this shit, and we ain't saying nothing to the man. However, he wishes all parties the best. Right. He also told us that this statement had nothing to do with us, and it was more about himself and his integrity and how he called a random woman a bitch. But let's go back. So this was the statement that severed the barbarians from being on his channel, right? So the barbarians were the debaters, right? So that's Courtney, that's me, that's well, not Pan, because he said except for Pan, right? Because Pan has a belt there now. The barbarian with the belt, but he don't deal with the bar. Interesting, right? Okay, so Courtney, me, Tim, Leandre, who else did he put out the chat? He put out some other people. But the other people didn't have anything to do with the Versus series, right? So although the bar has a lot of people, it's only 7 people that's the barbarians. It's only 7 debaters, right? And everybody, and Apollo was over there too. Which is all this happened because of Apollo, actually. And his debate, right? So I'll give y'all the rundown now. Okay, it's 11 minutes in. Let's get the rundown. The rundown is this: Apollo was in a tournament in A1's channel. He set up a face-off with Chris Harris. Okay, Chris Harris was Apollo's first debate in the tournament. Okay, they did a face-off. I'm going to share the face-off. So, because this is where it started. Yes, I'm giving you the rundown so you can hear it all, okay? So this all started with this face-off, okay? This is on the Titans Debate League. This is Chris MVP Harris and the Moorish Barbarian.
Right now, where are you two at, Chris?
So let's get here to let's get right down to it. We want to get here to I thought about us having this debate about Jesus being the Antichrist. And I don't really think that's something that me and Moorish Barbarian need to be debating. So rather than being an Antichrist, I said, how about we discuss these so-called prophecies that make him a Messiah? I would say he's not a Messiah nor a Savior. I think that would be more appropriate where everybody can understand what we're talking about here is he's not a Messiah. He's not a Savior.
And that, folks, is where it began. This is the debate topic. Is he the Messiah? Is he the Savior? So here we have Apollo, right? And he came prepared. I was so proud of Apollo in this face-off. Like, y'all do not understand. You know what I'm saying? Apollo is just not getting like his like slideshows together, his stuff like that, his computer and everything else. So he came prepared.
Let's go here. Let me go here to anti. Can we see this? Share my screen here, please.
First, but let's.
No doubt.
Let me pull this up. And what we're actually going to do, anybody who's on Chris's channel, if we can get you guys to.
So we see over here in the corner, you know, you see the people who showed up. I don't know if you can see who showed up here. So let's just tell you. We got King Hercules. We got Random Info in the building. Prita 711. That's, you know, TJ. Big Hemi is in the building. Blessed Be and me. The bar reloaded, right? So we're all here for his face-off, right? Let's see who else came into the face-off, though. If we go a little later. I don't know if y'all can see that, but we got DMG in the building. DMG says, I love how everybody's prelims are face off now. You're welcome. Okay, so DMG showed up to this face off, right? So that's all the people involved. We have Chris, Apollo, DMG, Hemi, right? In the Titans Debate League. Bam. This face-off is where it all began. Okay. This is where they came up with, you know, is Jesus the Messiah? That was their topic. Is Jesus the Messiah? Okay. So then, that was A1. She was talking about A1. Yo, doctor. Okay, so now that face-off, we've been waiting. We have been waiting for this debate to happen. And that debate didn't happen. Instead, Chris told them, hey, you know what? I'm going to like just retire. I think I might just do like, you know, judging. So once he did that, they're like, oh, okay, right? You're going to do like judging? Cool. Except that didn't happen. So when we're laying out, let me tell you what you're going to be seeing in these episodes. I want y'all to understand exactly everything that you're going to see in these episodes. Okay. So, one, DMG wanted somebody, anybody, everybody to say that he stole the debate. And nobody said it. I'm going to say it again. He wanted everybody to say it. Anybody, I mean one person, please just say I stole the debate so I could have something to say to other people. But guess what? Nobody said it. As a matter of fact, A1, even when he did his thing, said, listen, guys, when this stuff happens, don't say that they stole a debate or stuff, because, I don't look at it like that. Like, I look at it like, they know who they got their inspiration from and everything else. Like, we're just trend setting, da 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 da. Right? So, like, literally, nobody said DMG. When I say nobody, bro, nobody. DMG is the only body who said something about him still in a debate. But this is what narrative builders do. They start something and they want people to be like, yeah, somebody said he stole the debate. Somebody said, but nobody said it. Everybody made it very clear to him and to everybody around that they're the only person who got a debate stolen from them is Apollo. Stop sleeping on my nigga. The only person who got a debate stolen from them is Apollo. Because his first round match that he did a face-off for was stolen. Okay? So, he tried to obtain this, trying to say somebody stole it by starting an argument in Neo's group, right? Amongst people who were mostly non-debaters, right? So he goes in there, he's starting this, passive aggressive talk, all this stuff in this group, right? So TJ says, it's really not that deep, da 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 da. Now TJ's a bitch, her mama a bitch. What's she gonna do about it? You want to fight? He want all of this. I don't know. It could have been drinking about. I have no clue why he went there. Okay, so then I get in there and I'm like, okay, hold on, right? Because you're not listening to the fact that nobody thinks you stole anything. Nobody's saying stuff about paradigm shift. Da 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 da. Right? He calls me a bitch now and says that I can't check him. Now I am really confused on that because I was like, well, I mean, who have I checked? Like, who did you see me check before that you feel like I'm even checking anything? When I'm checking is you feeling a type of way, like somebody said that you stole something and you didn't. But at the time, I didn't know that was his agenda. I didn't know it was his agenda to try to put out there that he stole something. I thought he really didn't understand and thought that people were saying that about him or thinking that he did that. So I'm trying to get through to him. Listen, bro, no. What the fuck? Nobody thinks you stole anything. It's not about you. This is about Chris. Even in the chat, when I was saying that, I said, why do you keep responding to me when I'm not talking to you? Right? But, I understand now that it was his agenda to try to put that on him so that he could have a reason to talk shit. Right? But at the time, I was green. I'm thinking everybody was adults in the room. Okay? So then he decided to make the announcement that he made. Then yes, they definitely do. Hold on. Titans, because see, I was trying to make this a short show, but this is exactly what I'm saying. Like what you're saying right here, right, where they try to attack you and bring you down and stuff. Like that's literally what he just keeps trying to do. Like Honey has not said nothing about that man, right? I already didn't like him, but you know what I'm saying? We're not sitting here slandering you. When I went on smoke signal shit and they asked me about a debate, I didn't even say the channel name. I don't say nothing, right? Because you got to remember that you started this with us. You put out something acting like we did something to you, and we didn't. And then you keep trying to talk about us still as if we've done something to you, and we haven't, right? And you want to bring down the bar because we did not bend a knee. And that's important here. Because you see us, you see women, you see, empowerment, you see all of this, and you want us to bend a knee, and we will not do it. We never will. Never. You keep talking about you don't care about engaging, you don't care about all of this stuff. You care about making money from that platform. I'm not. That's not what this platform is for. So boom, bow, have a good day. So after he makes the statement that he put out, he makes another call, right? And where he says, I didn't say this about you guys. I'm not saying this about you all. This is about me. I had bad integrity because I called a woman, TJ, who I did not know, a bitch. And do you think that looks right on me? The what? So, and I'm not just saying this because I have proof of this, right? So, no, it doesn't look right on you, but that's also your personal problem. That has nothing to do with us. The fact that you can't control your mouth and control your emotions and control what the fuck you're doing is a personal problem. That is not our problem. And it is not our fault either that you can't handle women who are not sucking your dick. That's not our fault. So then he said that, basically everybody affiliated with TJ, yet he says the bar, which is the bar, needs to leave from around him. So this is a lack of accountability here, because if I am in your presence, I decide to make a call around you specifically, and then I get out of character where I call a character for myself. That's not your fault that I got out of character. It's my fault that I got out of character because I couldn't contain myself. Right. So because it's my fault that I got out of character, I can't fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You can never come around here. It's your fault. You're dead to me because I got out of character. That makes no sense. That's like zero accountability for your actions. And that's where the problem is there. Right. So he lied and said that he didn't know it was a difference between bar debaters and people who were in the bar, because we're like, okay, if you got into it with TJ tells you it's not that serious, you go off on TJ, you're like, what are I gonna do with the barbarians? Like, what do I have to do with Apollo and Courtney and Leandre and Honey? Like, what did it have to do with all of them? Well, I didn't know there was a difference. You kind of did, because in your statement you said the bar and then the barbarians, you separated it. So we know that you did. You had that, right? So he also continues to talk about us, right? So we aren't talking about you. We're not spreading a narrative. We're not doing that because, like I said, my debaters didn't want to stay there. So because that was the case, I didn't have to try to mend anything. I didn't have to try to care. I didn't have to try to do anything because we just went on to the other platforms that we were already on, right? Like, you're just a debate platform. It's not deep for us. We have our own platform and we have other places that we can go, right? The Titans debate league is the biggest one. Like I don't know, like, people, y'all slander A1, y'all do all of that, but the biggest thing that I have seen, the difference between A1 and a lot of these other places is that he definitely puts on for his people. And if you're over there, like, not only just you, but your platform, the people that come with you is unbiased, is everything. Like, it's hard to do. He put money behind the women. He has a women's tournament coming up. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things that, like, he does that's great. And so many people try to hate, but, like, you don't see, like, the community behind it and the building up. It's not all about him. It's not about his personal beef with people. It's not about him throwing subs at people. No, it's about the people that's there. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that that's something that people should, like, kind of recognize and see. So he likes to spread these narratives, and that's another issue. I think one of the narratives I heard was that we were going to dox him. We don't dox. The people that dox are on paradigm shift. The people that doxed me are sitting there every Sunday talking about their opinions. And those are the people who put my information online. Yeah, I got screenshots of that too. Can't wait to get to that story. So to say that we were going to dox is crazy. No, we're trying to clear our name from the bullshit you're putting on it. And then you just continue to pile it on. Another thing I heard was something about us not, about us in his dry ass chats. Boy, you should go to jail for how dry your chats are. Like, my God, they need to come with gallons of water. Okay? There's nothing going on there that we would need to care about your dry ass. You know your dry ass chat. You know your chat dry. That's why you over here going from Silky's chat, because your chat is dry as shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Stop putting shit on us. Stop doing that. Okay? So definitely we'll have the receipts. Don't worry. Every Saturday I'm doing it. Unlike Christopher Columbus, I don't have to lie. I don't have to bring a narrative. I can bring people, footage, and calls and everything else. There was another thing he said too. Somebody said yesterday he tried to put a warning out about using his voice or something, or AI pics. bitch, why the fuck would I want your picture on my channel? Fuck you. That's one thing. Two, like, my nigga, I'm not monetized. I don't give a fuck about that shit. That's two. Three, if you don't like your voice saying the shit that you said, then you shouldn't have fucking said it. You shouldn't have said it. Stand by what the fuck it is that you say. Stand by it, my nigga. Because we do. We do over here. I'm confused on why you don't. Like, what's going on? Why would you think we can't? Hey, listen, the gauntlet be going hard, baby. The gauntlet goes so hard, we have a gauntlet too. And then on top of the gauntlet too, we got another one, right? At any given time, these things can go. See, in the bar, we family. In the bar, we all fam. And we chill, we get on there, we talk about, just different stuff, different topics. It's not really arguing and stuff. But you get to that gauntlet, you get over there, oh no, we Titan family, but baby, we fighting. We and that boy rumbling, rambling, we knocking furniture over, we clearing stuff out, we doing all of that. So yeah, like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We going different places, we doing different things and everything else, and it's like, it's fun. So I do see why he would be jealous of A1, because he feels like, well, A1 came from over here and he started this debate league, and oh my God, da 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 da. But it's like, y'all copied Solar, right? And then, you looking at him like, oh, you copying, you doing this. Come on now, bro. I get over it. Okay. Everybody's going to go to different places. Everybody's going to do stuff. So, but I do understand why you're mad, because you can't get that environment. But you know why you can't get that environment? Because you're not genuine. You're not genuine at all. Everything that you do is to create a narrative, to create beef, and to try to bring people down, and to try to just be in a bad, negative space. And that's not a place that you should stay. It's not a place that you should ever dwell in. Yes, everybody's gonna visit there because that's positive and negative. That's just yin and yang, right? Yes, you go to those negative spaces and then you go to the positive spaces, and you sometimes balance it in between. But to stay there the way that you all do and try to then put it on other people is really crazy, right? So what people are saying, DMG is bipolar. Oh, we shouldn't clear our name. We shouldn't talk shit. He's bipolar. Let me tell you something. Bipolar is like a mental thing. It's like a mental disorder. But guess what? Everybody, and I mean everybody, has some kind of mental issue. Like everybody. We all grew up in this country as Black people. We all have issues, right? So to act like because somebody has an issue that they can't regulate themselves, that they can't take accountability for the things that they do, and that they can't do things, but yet they can run a business, yet they can, put all this stuff together, yet they can slander people, yet they can build narratives, yet they can do all of that, but they can't use that same energy that they're putting towards that to put towards the truth, to put towards being genuine, to put towards trying to do something else. No, I would not give that as a disorder or something that keeps you from being just human and being real with yourself and others. You know what I'm saying? Do you give leeway for it? Of course. But do anybody give a fuck about my mental? Do anybody give a damn about A1's mental? Do anybody give a fuck about Apollo's mental? Do anybody give a fuck about anybody else's though? Right? But you think that somebody should be able to take slander from somebody and then everybody uses this as an issue, as if everybody don't have mental issues, everybody don't have problems. We all do, but we all can seem to stand on our word. We all can seem to deal with that and not put it on other people. So no, I don't take that as an excuse. I don't take that as a disability. I will not take that as anything other than, okay, so we all suffer from it. We all suffer from different stuff. Literally, clinically, we all you know what I'm saying. So no, I don't take that. And you know what I'm saying, because it's PTSD. It's all kinds of stuff that happens, and even PTSD from the back chat. You know what I'm saying? Just from being online, from different stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They had a debater that they were saying, well, we don't want them in so many back chats because they have PTSD from things that happen to them online. You understand what I'm saying? So to sit here and try to act like I shouldn't bring forth the truth because somebody else may have a mental issue and not worry about the mental issue of my own barbarians and myself and my people is fucking crazy. Right? So then we have, did you guys do something to him? No, nobody did anything to that man. He said we didn't do nothing to him. Right? The only thing that we did was not kiss his ass. We did not kiss his ass. We did not sit there and say, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They saying you did this and they did that. No, we corrected him and he couldn't stand correction. Right? And so because of that, that was an issue. Right? No, we're not taking that. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't stand correction. You got out of body and start calling people bitches and they mamas bitches and everything else and having to apologize. And then you're going to put that on them that you did it. No, nobody did nothing. DMG keeps saying we're going to do this and we're going to do that. He can keep saying that. One thing DMG ain't never did was talk to us. He ain't talked to us about shit. Since that second phone call, he hasn't heard nothing from us. So all he is worried about these episodes, right? And this episode don't even have nothing in it. It's just me explaining what you're going to see. You're going to see the evidence of everything that happened. Because let me tell you something. If I didn't have this evidence, Leandre would have cussed me the fuck out. And I already know it. Right? He'd have told me, honey, you was probably on your shit, pulling your dick out, doing da-da-da-da-da. Like he would have cussed me out if he didn't see the footage of the fact that we did nothing wrong and the man started acting crazy. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like I don't get checked by my team. It's not like people don't know who the fuck I am and what I do. But when you put something on us that we didn't do, you know what I'm saying? That's where I had the issue because I do enough. I do enough, baby. I do enough. So to put something on me that I didn't do is crazy. But because I was talking about this thing, I do want to put out a disclaimer that we are going to have a show for e-therapy, right? And what's e-therapy? E-therapy is when we're talking about things that happen online, back chats, YouTube, stuff like that. And we're going to give like healthy ways and remedies to like alleviate some of this stuff so that it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect your life, and it doesn't do all of these things. No, it's not a substitute for real help. It's not a real, mental health thing. We're not having a clinician or none of that shit. We're not doing any of that. But we are going to have a show for e-therapy because people try to act like on here is not real. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect your mental health. And in fact, it does. You know what I'm saying? And in fact, it is real. You have real friends. You have real connections. You have real enemies. You have real feelings. You have that, right? And so we're going to have a show about that. And it's going to be me and TJ, who, also was the person that made him go insane. So, but that's what it is. So tune in and you will see me give all of the evidence about DMG wanting people to say he stole something, even though nobody said he did. Him trying to say that, he even tried to say, I told Hemi that he stole it, and Hemi ran with that dumbass shit. No, can't prove it. I can prove the shit I'm saying though, right? Nobody said he stole anything, but he tried to run with that. Nobody said that he did anything. He tried to run with that. He inserted himself into something between Apollo and Chris and made it about him. And he's not even a fucking part of it. This is Chris took the debate from Apollo. He didn't even take it from Titans. He didn't take it from DMG. He didn't take it from Hemi. He didn't take it from Paradigm Shift. He took it from Apollo. And so you will see that coming forth. So that's the end of this episode. Tune in next Saturday for the next episode. And my outro shows some of the stuff that, you might see in the next one. Bye. Yeah, DMG, the Narrative Builder. We're going to have an episode of episodes where I give all the truth.
How did I steal anything, though? Regardless of how it came together and what came to hack me, bitch, you gotta be.
But then the whole time the play is to take a debate from my channel to their channel behind my back while simultaneously telling me to stand down on something I never started in the first place. Maybe if the topic's hot, we're trendsetting right now, so I don't look at it as theft.
Take nothing. Hemi and Chris came up with that debate.
It was mainly Chris.
You can get Hemi and Chris up here.
But you was too stuck on you stole the debate. We keep telling you, we don't think you stole it. The whole thing is Apollo is on Paradigm Shift. So if Chris said, I don't want to fuck with the Titans, he still could have debated Apollo on Paradigm Shift with that.
Go back and look at it, and my man is up here basically questioning and saying, I look suspect, and I look this, and I look that, because of what transpired between him and Chris.
Luckily, I've never started to do anything, but this is very weird behavior from both parties here. And when we see stuff like that happening, don't say that these guys stole. Just recognize who their inspiration really is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Hey, listen. You got the right to be politically correct, right? I'm a barbarian, man. I ain't got no time for all that, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way in being, man. The topic, it ain't like it's a new topic. There's so many ways that they could have worded it and meant the same thing. That's where I'm at with it. Like,
but what you're saying is that because the shit that happened here, which has nothing to do with the debaters and nothing to do with everything else happened, and you went off, so we should have been said fuck your platform because of the couple people on your platform that kept coming for us. But you don't like it when it's the other way around. But since this had nothing to do with you or Paradigm Shift, really, except for that's where Chris decided to take the debate. That's where I'm like, well, what the fuck did it have to do with the bar? So you're gonna see all the episodes of people making stuff up. This is not for the trolls. This is not for the retards. This is not for the dummies. This is for the people who want to know. Every Saturday, check this out.